For a really long time, I have been oh my God, this is so hard to start. Okay, yeah, I guess this is like not a really easy video to make, but I basically have been feeling like I'm behind in life for a lot of different reasons. Like, I guess the big ones are like, I feel like I'm not making as much money as I should be making. I don't have a house. All my friends are buying like their second house. I'm not married. I live at my parents' house, and yeah, I don't have like cash flow coming into my business every single month now that I've pivoted into doing content creation full-time. It's been really difficult. Like, I think as like a business owner, I feel like all the time that the mindset stuff is the hardest. And I think whether or not you're running a business or not, like I have also felt this way when I was in my job. People who went to the same high school as me were making double the amount of money I was making, and they were doing like software development. It doesn't really matter what profession you are, what career you have. I think like for a lot of you who are watching this video, like you'll relate to this. So anyways, I wanted to make this video to kind of like explore this concept more because I've been thinking a lot about it and I have some thoughts. I guarantee that by the end of this video, if you watch to the end, you'll have a lot of things to think about and really question this idea that you are feeling behind in life. And make sure you stay until the end because I'm going to be sharing some really practical advice for how you can work through the feeling of being behind in life. So the very first thing I want to challenge you on is the concept of, are you actually behind in life, and where did that thought even come from? So for me, like I think I need to have a house. I need to be married. I need to be working towards like multiple investment properties or setting up Airbnbs. And I need to be making like 6 figures right now by the time I'm like 28 years old. Oh yeah, and then I shouldn't be living at my parents' house anymore. But where did all of these milestones come from? And I think it's definitely from society. I'm like comparing myself to the people around me. I'm seeing people do things on social media, like other content creators, and they are like buying a place, they're getting married, they're getting engaged. But I also think it's like from my parents as well. Like they always told me,
you need to be like married, you need to be like successful, and you need to do this and that.
And so this concept of feeling behind in life, for me, it really came from like all the voices around me that were telling me I had to be at a certain point in my life already, or else like I'm not successful. But does this actually mean that I am behind in life? Like, can somebody actually be behind in life? And I don't think so, because your definition of behind in life, it's pretty much up to you to decide. And for me, like other people have made that decision for me that,
Dina, you need to have a house, you need to be married, you have kids, and you need to not be living with your parents, and you need to be making like 6 figures a year.
And so that is what I'm thinking other people are thinking is the definition of successful. But for me right now, is that what I truly believe is being behind in life? Instead of thinking once I accomplish XYZ, then I'll be successful, I want you to approach this in another way. So you might have heard of the concept be, do, have. It's okay if you haven't, because I'll explain it. But basically it's this pretty well-known concept taught by a lot of personal development gurus like Tony Robbins, this concept of be, do, have. And this is actually something my life coach taught me. So most people get it wrong. Most people think that you have to have, and then you do, and then you be. So I'll give you my example. Right now, I really want to have 200,000 subscribers on YouTube, because then I can work 4 hours a day and travel and just have fun and just be carefree. Like I can do those things. And when I do those things, I think I'm gonna be happy and free and successful and not stressed. So usually what people do is they approach life from a have, do, be, but then what we should really be doing is flipping that around and doing be, do, have. So basically once you embody that person that you want to be, you will then start taking action because you are that person. You're feeling those feelings, you're having those thoughts, you're gonna do those things, and then you will have the thing that you want eventually as a byproduct or a result of you being the person and doing the things. So for me, right now in my daily life, I'm really trying to embody this attitude of being not stressed and free, and I'm successful and I'm happy every single day, because I know that if I am like that every day, then my content will be a lot better. Like I will be more energetic, I'll be more authentic in my content, I'll have better ideas because I'm just like in a good mood. So once I do those things, eventually my YouTube will grow because I'm creating freaking good content, right? So eventually the byproduct is that I will have 200,000 subscribers. The next thing that has really helped me is instead of comparing myself all the time to other people and like feeling bad that I'm on social media and like seeing other people have so many successes, I've actually come up with my own definition of success, and I've really set limits on social media. Like you can definitely do like a social media detox, but for me it's kind of unrealistic because I run my business on social media. So I can't really do a full detox right now, but I do set limits. Me feeling behind in life has actually not been just like a recent thing. I think it's like a thing I've been feeling for a long time. So I mentioned this to one of my previous business coaches, and he actually made me write a new definition of success that's not like, okay, once I buy a house, I'll be successful, or once I get married, I'll be successful, or once I make $10,000 in my business every single month, I'll be successful. He actually made me write down like a definition of success that I can embody every single day. And that definition is success is learning and growing every single day. So instead of seeing it as like, I reach something, then I'd be successful. It's more of a mindset thing that I can work on every single day and seeing like, okay, what can I do today to grow? Because I know that if I grow and if I'm learning things every day, then of course I'm gonna be successful. So this is the thing that I always say to myself when I'm feeling like I'm a failure. Another thing that has really helped me is if I'm feeling really bad about myself, I'll journal about it and write down all the things that are going bad in my life. And then after I do that, I'm going to write about all the things that are going well, because I think when we're feeling down or we're feeling behind in life, like that's all we can think about. We only think about the bad things, but we always forget about all the things that are working well. And I recently shared this on my Instagram, and I'm so happy that like a lot of you resonated with it and you're actually going to try to do this yourself, because it really does make a huge difference when you kind of like take a step back and look at things from a different perspective. Another thing I wanted to mention is that a lot of the times people are starting their journey at different stages. Like you might see someone who is really ahead in their career, but maybe they had an advantage over you when they started. Like maybe their parents are in the same career, so then the parents can teach them, right? And I recently watched this Netflix show called Bling Empire, and it's about like really rich Asians in LA, and like most of them don't have a job. Like they were born and then they don't need to work. And so I know that's like a really over-exaggerated example, but you can't really compare your journey to everybody else's because we're all starting at different places. We have all had different experiences, and we all come from different places, and you just can't compare your journey to somebody else's. You can only compare to where you were in your journey, like maybe 1 week ago or a year ago or 10 years ago. With the social media limits, what I've done is actually set a timer for Instagram to just shut down after 30 minutes every single day. So I can't use it for more than half an hour. And the other thing I've done is put Instagram and Gmail and all the social media apps that I use into a folder and put it at a place where it's like kind of hard to find on my phone. And every couple of days, I'll change the location of the folder. So when I go to open Instagram, it has to be like a conscious effort that I really want to look at Instagram, and then I have to find Instagram. So that's something else you can do if you want to limit your social media consumption. And one last thing, you might think this is cheesy, but it's to have gratitude. Like if you're really thinking, I don't have this, and that's why it's making me not happy. I know it sounds cheesy, but what do you have? Right now I live with my parents, so I'm thankful that not only do I have just one place to live, I actually have two because my parents are divorced. So I have my mom's house, my dad's house, and I also have my boyfriend's house. So I have so many homes that I can live in, and I'm like very grateful that I don't have to pay rent and like have my own place. And really, like, do I have to get a house if I want to be further ahead in life? Like some people choose to rent for their whole lives, and there's nothing wrong with that. And one other thing, like I really hope that you can see how far you have come. Like think back to where you were 5 years ago. Like don't forget how much you've come so far.